right, so we're going to swap out this mirror on this 2020 Honda Civic sedan, and I'm just going to do a walkthrough of how it's done. It's actually very, very simple. Client's son hit something, don't know exactly what they hit, but it's a pretty easy swap. These door panels are very simple, so I will take a nice trim tool. I've got this one here. This is the Blue Point PBF T10, and you just pry this up in the front here, and then it slides off, and then you got to take this screw off right here. So, oh, also one of the things you want to do when you get your mirror, make sure it's the right one. So, and then you take this screw off right here. Make sure you're on there right. So, and set your screw there. And then what I like to do is I have this. You don't have to do this. You can just pull the edges. I just don't like breaking plastic, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to fit that up in there. Sometimes you can't. Okay, not too bad. This one wasn't too bad. Sometimes they're a pain in the rear to remove, so you just pull all the way around on this one. I'm going to unplug this switch. Switch unplugged, so now as you can see, my door panel is pretty loose. So pops all the way up. These are so much easier than the old ones because there's nothing attached to the door panel, so your door panel just pops right off, and then you have to remove your cover here. So you just want to make sure you are careful with your clips because they oftentimes want to break. But what I was going to say is I usually will use this, slide it up in the door panel and pump it up. It expands. It's usually to get into cars if you lock your keys in there, but I'll expand that and it pops the door panel off. Just keeps you from messing with hurting your fingers, and it helps prevent from breaking plastic clips and stuff. Just pushes it out nice and even and straight. So here's our mirror. We just have a 10 millimeter, 10 millimeter, 10 millimeter. Then we've got a plastic push tab here, and then we got to take our clip here off as well. So when you're taking these clips off, it's nice to have a little clip tool like this, and you can usually pop those out pretty easy, and they're kind of a pain, but they pop out not too terribly bad. And then we're going to pop our 10 millimeters off of here. Oh, drop that. There's a reason I don't do a lot of DIY stuff as far as videos go. It just makes everything more annoying and harder. So now we can pull that off. We're just going to grab it, pull it out of there, and there we go. There's our old mirror, and then we've got our new mirror, and we'll make sure our harness is through. Try to do this again with one hand. Hey, we got it. And actually, that did not come out all the way, so I'm going to have to get my other hand free. All right, I got it. So now we line that up, and we want to line up all of our stuff on this side. The nice thing is that plastic tab there holds it in place, so then you can thread on your nuts back onto the studs here. So then you have something holding it on, so then you don't have to have both hands if you don't really want to. All right, and then you just tighten those up, snug them down, put this back in, clip it, nice and easy, plug it back in, and that's as simple as that. Now, when you order these mirrors, if the skull cap is damaged, that's what they call that, a skull cap here, you have to order it for the mirror extra. It does not come with the mirror, as you can see, and you have to paint, it's paint matched. So you come over here to your VIN number tag on the side, and if you look right here, NH731P, that's the number you're looking for. Then obviously you put this back together. Don't forget to put this cover on first, specifically on this vehicle. On some of the older models, this was not covered up with the door panel, but on these newer models, it's covered up, so you can't pull it off without pulling the door panel. and then make sure your harness here is up through, because you're going to have to make sure that you plug that back in. Line it back up. Pop all your tabs back in. Your screw. Tighten that back up. And then line this back up after you plug it in. And then turn your key on. Make sure your window rolls up and down. And lock your door, or if you run your switch, you can close your door switch, and maybe not. So just make sure your door switch works. Your handle and all that. You didn't touch any of that, but you just always want to make sure. And then, of course, you always want to check your mirror operation after you're done. So check your mirror, make sure your mirror works, all of that jazz. And then you're finished and ready to rock and roll. Like I said, very, very easy comparatively to the older models. I love these door panels. Very simple to work with. So hopefully that helps any of y'all out there if you're trying to replace your side view mirror. I hope that helps you. We'll catch you on the next one.